Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody. This is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tangeray Hayward.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell, and you are listening to 6 Degrees of Bass Entertainment Podcast. And you're going to be with my friends Troy, Wanda, and Arif. Have a good time.
Yeah, baby.
Hey,
What's up, Reef?
what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. What's up, Wanda?
I'm getting my twirl on right now. Hey.
Hey. Yes. It's Nona Hendryx Day, y'all. Mm-hmm. We starting out with Busted Out. Yeah, baby, we busted out. If y'all don't know this one, get into it, baby. We busting out today, baby, right with Nona. Hey. What up, Reef? What up, Wanda?
Busting out.
You know what's so amazing to me? You know, with Patti, Sarah, and Nona, there is just this a part of their voices and certain things that they do that where they sound alike. So you can tell that there was a influence on each other,
yeah,
you know, or just the sisterhood, you know.
As I was listening to all these songs and Nona, I said, you know what? She sound like Pat on some of these things,
right,
you know?
Right. Or because we're so familiar with Pat's voice or Patty's voice, maybe Patti sounds like them that we don't, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You ain't lying. And then I was thinking about all the songs that Nona wrote for LaBelle also.
Right. Such a prolific writer.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. My favorite LaBelle songs, you know, yeah. I mean, you know, some of which I know we'll play, but yeah. Prolific writer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back to...
Going back.
We're going to go back. You know, we're going to go back.
Yeah.
Way back to Moon Shadow.
Okay.
And one of the songs that Nona wrote there was Touch Me All Over.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. So we're going to go back. We're going to play that one. Check this one out. This is
check it out.
From what year was Moon Shadow? 1972?
2, I think.
Yes.
Yes, 1972.
I think you're right.
And this is Touch Me All Over.
Talking to myself, ain't no remedy. I need you right now, here to comfort me. I've been down so long, I need someone who's strong to lift me up. So baby, if you don't mind, if you don't touch me all over. Oh, baby, if you don't mind, I'm in need. Yeah. Come on and touch me all over. Make me smile. Please touch me all. Just leave me breathe. Oh, baby, touch me all. Oh, baby, if you don't mind, I'm in need.
Now, I was trying to find a place to fade that, but you can't fade that nowhere.
You can't fade that.
That usually got to let it play, baby. That's what you
You gotta play the whole thing.
You gotta play the whole thing.
You know, I was like,
They were singing.
singing. I said, you know what? I can't fade this. You just got to let that play too. Because then you're missing out on the good part. Everything is a good part of that record.
You just want to slap each and every one of them.
Okay. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we're going to take it back to the songs that Nona wrote. Well, not all of them. We're going to touch on some of them on each album that she wrote with while she was with LaBelle, and then we're going to make our way to her solo career. Now, there's so many songs. You know, we can't get to all of them. You know, I got like 15 songs checked off. But I know I have to narrow it down. But we're going to do, as the conversation flows, that's what we're going to play. Sounds good?
Yes, sir.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
But that's what, you know what? That's what we do a lot of times anyway. We might have a pre-production meeting, but we always go with, these are our conversations that people are being privy to now. Mm-hmm. So, it's no plan. It's just, we just do it as we inspired. So
true.
Absolutely.
So now, we touched on Moonshadow. And then, Nona didn't write as many songs in Moonshadow as she did with Pressure Cooking. And as she went on, she wound up writing more and more. So on Pressure Cooking, I had to narrow them down. I was like, oh my God, which one I'm going to put on there? Because Pressure Cooking is bad. Sunshine woke me up. I can't speak. Can I speak to you before? Oh, now that's my song there.
Can I speak to you?
Yes.
I know we're playing that one, right?
Of course. Okay. All right. So, let's start with Pressure Cooking, because I just like the beat of that. That has like a little, it's Pressure Cooking.
Okay.
So aptly named, So we're going to start with Pressure Cooking, and then we're going to play Can I Speak to You?
You know a man
That's no one you couldn't pause.
Wow. I'm surprised no one has done a remix on that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because that joint makes you move.
Well, that has so many elements. You think about, it's like Afro, Caribbean, funk. It just had, oh, God.
Mm-hmm. And
they do a little acid.
Yeah, it reminds me, and the thing about it, the way her voice is mixed in there, it almost has like a live element to
Yes,
it.
very much so.
Yeah,
it was so of that time. The whole Black Power,
right?
Civil rights boom. It's very, like you said, those, Afro, Cuban beats or whatever you want to say. That whole rhythm thing, very what can I say?
Asuka.
Native to Black folk, Africa.
Right, right.
Us.
Right.
That was there.
And with the beat, very tribal.
Tribal. Yeah.
That was the adjective I was looking for. Tribal. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Very tribal.
Well, back in the, early 70s, all Black folk were getting into the African roots back then,
I missed the 70s.
Me too.
Y'all were too young, but I missed the 70s.
No. That's the 70s is my favorite decade in terms
Mine
of
too.
Everything that I saw.
Yes.
So many things. And that's when I really got my musical baptism of fire with everything, because I had an uncle who loved rock and roll. My parents, my mother was the LaBelle fan, but my father liked the Stylistics and the Delphonics. And then I had my grandparents with Ellington and Ella and, aunts and uncles and cousins who the Earth, Wind & Fire.
There wasn't this musical segregation back then.
No.
You were exposed to everything. You heard everything.
Yes, you did.
Everything. We saw everything. We saw David Bowie and Elton John on Soul Train.
Right.
We saw them on Soul Train. That's what I'm saying. We saw and heard everything. They played Elton John's Benny and the Jets and David Bowie's Fame on Black radio.
Yes, they did.
We had
in New York too.
Don Kirshner's rock concert. And had Wolfman Jack. And I think, isn't there a clip? There's a clip of LaBelle on
Don Kirshner's rock concert.
Right.
Yeah. The shoe is the whole concert.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And again, you're right. We saw everything. We heard everything. There was no putting things into boxes. It was just music. I love the Eagles, but I love the Isley Brothers too.
Yes.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Just like we love LaBelle.
Exactly.
Right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
we love LaBelle and we love Fleetwood Mac.
And like you said, back in the day, like in the 70s, you can turn on the WABC, WCBS, or whatever radio station, and they would have the top 40 songs or whatever. And the top 40 songs would be a hodgepodge of everybody.
You can hear Casey and the Sunshine Band, another act that we saw on Soul Train. You can hear that. It was pop music because it was popular, but that was R&B.
Yes. Yeah.
Matter
of fact, first time I heard the Bee Gees was on the R&B radio station. That's You Should Be Dancing was playing heavy.
Yeah, that played on. They played that on Soul Train. The song, the Bee Gees didn't come on, but they played it because disco music is soul music. That's us. And if you watch their documentary, they talked about all the groups that they love.
Yes, they did.
So, and English folks were always good at giving credit. I give them that. So if you're a blues guy or a soul guy, they gave credit where credit was due.
Right. Yeah. Now, I think, didn't Nona spend some time over in Europe, I believe, in the 70s?
Oh, yeah.
LaBelle did, period.
Yeah.
But then she went
early 70s, because they were trying to figure out who they were after the whole doo-wop thing was kind of over.
Right.
But she spent some time over there too.
They did the group, in addition to, I guess, their influence and management by Vicky Wickham, did a good job of melding different sounds together, because they had their old glam rock thing going on, with the costumes and being very edgy. I liked it. It was like, just do whatever comes out. Hey, if people like it, that's what it is. I think it was, record companies not trying to so much tell people what to do, just whatever you feel.
Exactly. Right. They let you be an artist. They let you be creative. not tell you we want you to sound like this person. We don't want you, you sound too much like that. You need to sound like this. This person is what's hot right now.
Right. Yeah. I think it was less of, okay, that person is hitting over there, so we want you to be this.
Right.
And, people, I guess they were more independent in terms of creating their music and saying, well, this is what I do. Let me do this. And I think record companies back in those days gave them license to, because can you imagine? I mean, if you wanted to go with during the 60s when Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells that came out, there were a whole bunch of girl groups.
Right.
On different labels produced by, and I think back in those days, they may not have had too much agency about how they presented themselves.
Probably not.
I think they were more Svengalis back then.
Right.
But as the 70s came along, and it was this free thing, just be free, just do it. Whatever you're inspired by, like with Stevie, it's like, okay, I'm 21 now. Either I get to be creative and do what I want to do, like Marvin Gaye, Barry, or I'm leaving.
Well, that decade was just very creative.
Yeah.
It's just can you imagine LaBelle with Ronnie Spector? Not Ronnie Spector, but Phil Spector?
No.
No, I don't think so either. I think he was too much. He was too much of a dictator. Right.
Yeah. I mean, his own wife, Ronnie Spector, talked about that. He was too much of, and the work that he did, great producer, but at some point it's like, okay, are you stifling my creativity by being too overwhelming, too controlling?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, no, I don't.
I was just thinking about the tune that he did with oh God, come on now, Tina Turner, and I was thinking, wow, I could hear LaBelle killing that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That song.
That's what I'm just talking about. That kind of collaboration. Yes.
Right. In the class.
Not managing, not, just a song or two.
Right.
Right.
Oh, no, creatively, I think it would have, but you have in Nona, Sarah, and Patti, you got a lot of strong personalities. I think you were able to maybe he was able to do what he was doing with his wife because of that dictatorial sort of relationship. With Tina, Tina at that time was used to being dictated to, with Ike. So I guess it's the transference of that, working with somebody else creatively and differently. I'm hoping he may not have ruled over her. I thought she probably, in the movie, she saw it as a relief to be doing something different with somebody else.
Right. And that's all I'm talking about is just basically the difference or just the collaboration, just musically, from what he's done. And then there was some other people too.
I'm sure he could have brought something to the table that they would wear out and, like to sing. I'm sure.
Oh, but I don't doubt that, because you think about, again, with the what was the group that with the Crystals, the group out in LA that Darlene Love with, I guess the West Coast version of the Sweet Inspirations. She enjoyed what they did, but it came to a point too that for her she had to go because it was too dictatorial.
Right.
Yeah.
With him.
Right.
Yeah, she's like, can I speak to you before I go to Hollywood, y'all? Because I gotta go because you get on my nerves. Okay. Anyway, we always have our little things, but I want to get back to the music because we got a lot of music to cover.
Yeah,
and so like I said, can I speak to you before I go to Hollywood? Let's play a little bit of that, okay? If we can play a little, if I can find a place to fade it, I will. If not, I'll just let it roll. All right, everybody, enjoy. This is Can I Speak to You before you go to Hollywood?
Have you got a minute, my friend? Thought I'd drop in, say a word or two to you. It won't take long, Soon you'll be gone on your way. Yes, I know you're gonna do what you want to anyway. And I don't know if I should, but if I could, can I speak to you? Oh, before you go to Hollywood. Don't be offended, my friend. I didn't intend to bring you down from the world that you're living in. I could be wrong. Soon you'll be gone on your way. And tomorrow it could be you instead of me who has to say. And I don't know if I should, but if I could, can I speak to you? Yeah. Oh, before you go to Hollywood. I only wanna say, learn the rules if you're gonna play. 'Cause the game of life has a new winner every day. And I don't know if I should, but if I could, can I speak to you? Yeah. Oh, before you go to Have you got a minute, my friend, to consider the end of the fruitless seeds you sow with no regrets? It won't take long. Soon you'll be gone on your way. Just open up your eyes and see life for what it is. Don't see yourself as you should. So you understood. Can I speak to you before you go to
Yes,
You know I couldn't
love
fade that.
And then again, at that time,
Yes.
you know, it's like, yeah, it's just like, whew.
Just soaring.
And I
Yeah.
love that everybody had a part in it.
Yes.
You
That's
know?
a group.
Yeah.
That's a group. I mean, we talked about this before, but I think with LaBelle, the difference between them and most other groups is that although Patti may have sang most of the leads, right? But you still heard Sarah, you still heard Nona individually, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't this glossed over thing like Patti's got a backgrounds, right? It's
Right.
just they were the group and their individual sounds made the whole sound.
Yes. You ain't lying.
So
But that song is like,
yeah.
I can't even get the words out. It's just incredible. And I love that song.
I do too. There's some chords of that song that reminds me of how I remember in the Blue Notes, I Miss You.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
always
what it
hear
was.
stuff like that.
You know what? I was thinking, I was like, this sounds like something else just a little bit. And that's what
Actually,
it
I
is.
Miss You came after this. So,
Right.
you know, you never know how people are inspired, you know?
Yes.
True.
Yes.
True.
So-
True.
So now you know we got to go to Nightbirds.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
there's never an argument for me because that's my favorite LaBelle album is Nightbirds. I can play that from beginning to end.
Me too. So we're going to do a little Somebody Somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Right now.
But what she's talking about in the lyric
Mm-hmm.
is so, you know, so revolutionary and again of that time.
Mm-hmm. It's so it's so political, you know. She's like,
Exactly.
yeah. Somebody Somewhere. Anyway, we're gonna go to Somebody Somewhere, y'all, and then I think we're gonna do a little Nightbird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And of course, we are playing songs that Nona has written since we are highlighting Nona Hendryx this evening. So all the songs that we are playing were penned by Nona Hendryx. This is tell you how bad this woman is, okay?
Transformation.
Yes, we didn't even get the transformation yet. For all you people out there, check this out. Somebody Somewhere.
Somebody somewhere has all the answers to the questions in our minds. Somebody somewhere has grown impatient with your reasons and your cries. And no more lies shall be told. No more lies shall be sold. Who has the key? Who will it be?
Yes, baby. That just take you
Yes.
right on to church.
I'm probably the tambourine.
Right?
Them in harmony.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's church right there.
Yeah, that's all right there. Ooh, I remember as a kid, I would just be jumping around the room like, that doo-doo, 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 doo. It was just something about that always just took me out like, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.
But them telling you, be prepared.
Yes.
It's
Right.
like they're giving you the message in the music.
Yes. Yes.
What was
yes.
a lot of message music back in that time. You know, the person that always comes to my mind with that is Curtis Mayfield.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was very conscious, you know,
Yeah.
especially about, you know, what was going on in the time. You know, artists were very vocal about it and very, you know, direct.
That's what makes it so hard for me to listen to some of the stuff nowadays. I'm like, where is the emotion behind it? Where is
There is no emotion. Everything is about being about on a low vibration.
Yeah.
It's about
so
a bag. It's about sex. It's about everything. It's not about.
It's not digging
energy
into
of what's going on today and trying to elevate people.
Right.
It's not a lot. It's no depth to it. Not a lot of depth. You know.
And we ain't hating. We just saying.
You're right.
No.
It's
I mean,
true.
that's their art. Absolutely. It's your art. It works. I mean, whatever artist is using their voice to say whatever they feel, and if it's about getting the bag, if it's about it is what it is.
Yeah.
But again, we talk about these records are almost 50 years old. So 50 years later, would these records have any kind of relevance? I don't know.
No.
I mean, to me, doesn't have a lot of depth. It's very lightweight. So
Right.
I don't know.
Whereas these songs we listening to right now, they still hold true today.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
I mean, I'm thinking when we I guess for lack of a better example, if you want to, people talk about sex and drugs and whatever. Superfly did that too, but for whatever reason, just musically, Curtis Mayfield was so ahead of the game. And still now, when you put that record on 51 years later, it has so much weight to it. I guess it was talking about the street at that time.
Right.
It was, and it was
telling
done
the story of
cleverly.
ghetto and drugs at that time. But when you play it now, it's just like, oh my goodness,
But
musically.
It also,
That
it wasn't,
story is so relevant.
it
The
wasn't-
story of the record he was telling.
he was talking about it, but he wasn't really glorifying it.
No.
See-
It's not glorified. He was just talking about this is the state of what it is now with this guy who's in the game selling drugs, but wants to get out of it.
Right.
Telling the story of, I guess, the hood of the city. You think about New York City or any city at the time.
Any urban.
Drugs played a major role. Crime played a major role. Music.
He was talking about the trap.
Yeah.
He was
Right.
talking about, you know, how it might have looked, you know, glamorous, but when they got into it, it was like it was a trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, and it was the time, it was the era, you know.
Yes, it was.
I think of people, you know, when you think about movies like Across 110th Street, that was the news for us, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the news. This is what's happening in your world. So we're going to do it through music. That's how we, you know, in Africa, we talk through drums. Now we're talking through, this is how we get the news,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, our news. And if other people who happen to listen and dig it, that's cool too. But we're telling the story of what's going on. You know, I guess like Bob Marley did.
And the
Story
origins
our
of
environment.
and the origins of hip hop did that.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
absolutely.
I mean, I don't think a lot of people are doing it now, but when hip hop first started, they were telling a story. They was talking about
Yeah.
what was going on in their neighborhood.
It's the story of the ghetto. The
Well,
message
again,
is
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I just think that, you know, there was a consciousness, right?
Yeah.
The vibration was about consciousness and raising and elevating. That's not here anymore. It's the vibration is very low. It's not about being aware or being awake or,
right.
or having someone find their purpose to do something to help be a part of the change, right? It's not about that anymore, about uplifting each other. It's not about that. Not about that.
No,
You know?
But you know what?
Thanks.
Well, we're
Right.
still here, and
At
we
least what's publicized. You know, there
Right.
are artists out there who are still doing something. It's just that you don't rarely get to hear them. You got to search for them.
Yes, that's
right.
At this time was in your face. It, you know, on the airwaves, and we got to experience it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
To me, the message is it's my most favorite hip hop song of all time.
Yeah.
And it tells you, see the story. When I listen to a song, I think about seeing the story from beginning to end. And I see that movie in my head of, urban blight in the ghetto and them telling the story about this is our existence right now in 81, 82 when the record came out. This is what they're seeing. And you see the whole movie and it's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep going. And, and I think Nona, taking it back to Nona, she did that at the time when she was writing and talking about, from the LaBelle's stuff to her solo stuff, the things that she was writing, it was of that time.
Yes.
Right.
You can hear it.
And injecting and talking about love.
Yes.
We're gonna continue on because we said we was gonna play Nightbird, right? So Nightbird is gonna be the next one, y'all. I mean, I hate to get off that subject because it's so intense and it's so dear to my heart and all of our hearts. Is how we feel because, of course, we are people of a certain age, so we have that passion that I feel that it's lacking in some of the younger generations. But we're not here to down people and down anything that's going on.
No,
not down.
But
it's just an opinion.
Yes,
this is just the energy. Yeah. This is the energy that LaBelle and particularly, with Nona in her writing, this is what they brought, and this is what we're bringing today.
Yes,
right, absolutely. You cannot down anybody's art. It is what it is. You either like it, you don't, or you don't have an opinion at all. So,
and hopefully, by putting this out there and putting these podcasts out there and putting out these, going back and bringing it forward, maybe some of the younger people will tune in and be like, "Oh, okay, maybe it'll be some type of inspiration for them."
Maybe so.
You never know. Even if one person is touched, two people are touched, that can lead to other people being touched. So,
or information, just finding out things, some historical thing, maybe there's a connection to something. Be like, wow, okay, when I heard this song, because, we are of a certain age. And we assume, I guess, because we were as precocious and inquisitive as children about going back to find out why, Patti or Nona or Sarah sounded like whatever you wanted. We were curious enough to say, okay, well, these people are this great. Who do they like? That was always my thing.
Right. Me too.
If you're this great, who did you listen to? Because you were a kid like me at some point. I need to find out what you like, because of you probably, I'm sure any artist you glean from what you're, influenced by, and you put it into your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think a lot of times with younger people now, they don't reach back as much, or they might reach back and be oblivious as to what they're pulling from. They have no idea.
Right.
I think some of the DJs reach back when they're sampling. Right.
Oh, yeah.
But there's still not that connection. We had a connection because we saw Ella Fitzgerald, right? We saw Stevie Wonder. We saw, like at the awards shows, we were talking about the Grammys, where, you saw these people in the same room. You saw these people, even if they were the new artists, they looked up to the older artists. There was like a passing of the baton that just now there's just a clear separation.
Yeah.
A lot of kids just don't know what they don't know because it's not, it's just not there for them.
Like even when I was watching the Grammys the other day, even I hate to watch the Grammys is because, I'm not really crazy about some of it. It wasn't too bad this year. But when they get to the part where the artists that we have lost in the past, year, the people that I thought some people should have been clapping for, they weren't. And I'm like, oh my God, that person's a legend and nobody's clapping?
Because they don't know.
But, the latest person that died, MC, whatever, or rapper, someone so died. I'm like, but you're not clapping for James Mtume?
No, because they have no idea who James M. Tomei is. I saw that too, Troy, because I went to YouTube to see the in memoriam. They have no idea. It was barely it was actually nothing. His name just went up and nobody clapped.
Right, and you didn't clap. They didn't clap for Sarah Dash. I'm like, what?
No idea. James M. Tomei is Juicy Fruit, Biggie.
Okay,
they have no idea. That's why they didn't clap. They have no idea.
I was like, but the people that's of a certain age should have clapped somebody, you know?
Well, I mean, Troy, you assume there's people there, a lot of people of a certain age that are there. I mean, I'm not going to assume that. And there might have been people of a certain age that don't know who James M. Tomei is. I wouldn't be shocked that they didn't know who that is. And maybe there were a few people, but you have a
and
whole...
I get it. It's just sad when you think about his contributions.
Yes.
Right? Just like even what we're celebrating LaBelle and featuring Nona, her contributions that, you know, a lot of people, you don't know. Right. And hopefully this podcast will be that introduction to them.
I mean, sadly, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of these new artists that are out here that have no idea who Nona Hendryx is, sadly.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked at that. Not at all.
Nope. So anyway, we gonna fly on into the next song.
I know, right?
With Nightbird. This is one of all of our favorite. I love this song here. I was this song as a kid.
Ahead.
This whole album was just like was my shit when I was a kid.
To end,
the whole thing.
You know, not just the hit, the hits, Lady Marmalade and What Can I Do For You, but
Turn
the
Me
whole
On,
thing.
Space Children. I mean, the whole thing.
I told my story about Space Children.
Yeah.
I mean, me and my friend Doreen King, we thought we were the Space Children.
Okay, I thought it was Space Children too, because I felt like I was different than everybody else.
See, and we were connecting, Troy. You were in New York. I was in D.C. You didn't know each other. We were the Space Children. See? And, 30 years later, we end up hooking up. Anyway.
Right, here we go.
Children.
Right.
Yes.
Space Children. The universe of lovers.
Space Children.
Love it.
Let's play Nightbird so we can let the people hear.
Right.
Okay, here we go.
Song.
Nightbird, y'all.
In her
That's
they was
another
hollering. What?
right.
Okay, y'all. Okay, wait.
That's church right there.
Wait, can y'all imagine a play based on this album?
Yes.
Someone needs to do it. Are they somebody doing it?
Yes.
Is somebody doing
It just hit me when I'm like, this could be a damn play.
It can be because the songs are so epic, especially that
Right.
tambourine at the end songs when they going back to church and Arif, her floating on that note, just riding it. That air.
Right.
You heard it first here. You heard it first here. So whoever's going to produce this play, right? They got to give us credit.
Okay. Shoot, we might need to do it ourselves. So we can write this down. Nightbird.
Is that circular breathing? Because she took that note and didn't take a breath. It's like, goodness. I soared up and down.
And it was all powerful too. It wasn't even a light note.
Wasn't it? She punched it from the beginning. You know, like you said,
again, remember, it's not from here. It's from here.
Right.
When she sings from every being and place in her body.
Yes, she does.
Right. And
like, that's a lot of air. I'm like, ooh, you didn't even hear her take the breath. Or maybe she took it and just because the music surrounding and you didn't hear it. But it's like, ooh.
But the fact that she didn't take a breath in between it.
Right. She didn't. Like when she first started that in the flame,
right.
You know, she from there on and just went up and down and soared and then a riff and I'm like, dang. But you know, I guess controlled breathing because that was was long.
I don't even. She wasn't even thinking about control. She was just in the moment.
No,
she was in the moment.
It just went there.
She definitely tapped in.
Yeah.
It's just she wasn't thinking about breathing. It was just whatever.
But she pulled air from every part of her body.
Okay.
Clearly, she would have had to because she's singing. I mean, she's singing this note. She's going up and down in the register. I mean, and it was powerful. She didn't lose anything, any enthusiasm or any of it until she came down and it was like done. But it's like, woo.
I gotta say this, and you know, if I offend people, I'm sorry, but there's just nothing. There's nothing like a Black woman. I'm sorry. A melanated woman. This this singing. Sorry.
Because
sorry, but I had to say it.
Like we always say, is everything that we and Black women especially have went through.
Right.
You know? So all of that
yes.
About when I see Patti and Shaka and Led and Gladys, when I hear the pain and the love, that's the ancestors speaking through them.
Yes. That's the ancestors.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the ancestors. Billie Holiday, I mean, she's going through her own pain, but again, that's the pain of the ancestors speaking through them. Mm-hmm. That's why it's that way. That's why it's like that.
Yeah,
and that's why you feel it the way you do, because it's everything. It's all those emotions, all those generations of people that you come from, all those experiences. That's what they're doing.
All of that is passed down in your DNA.
Yeah, in your DNA, Troy. Amen. Amen.
Yes, it is.
It absolutely is. So that's passed down. You know, again, you say nothing like a Black woman. All of that pain, all of that joy, all of the excitement, all of the
and the power, the power,
that too.
The power that
so
they possess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go to the next album because we can stay on Nightbirds for a whole day.
Because you turn me on is
sweet. But we did you turned me on in the LaBelle one, didn't we?
I come like the pouring rain.
Yes. Yes.
I believe we did. But
we did.
Yeah, that's that. If I have to.
So I know. But we're going to go to Phoenix.
Okay.
And we're going to do Messing with My Mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My mind. Yeah. Oof.
Another Nona Hendryx classic. That lady was writing her behind off.
Yeah. She was.
So here we go, baby. Messing with My Mind. Yes, baby. I just looked at the time. I said, "Oh shoot, I better like start cutting some of these songs."
That's an anthem right there.
I know it is. I'm sorry, y'all, if I cut your jam, but I was just looking at the time, and we didn't even get to any of Nona's solo.
Well, let's get to it.
Yeah.
We got to get to that then, yeah. But I mean, that's the thing about a LaBelle's song. Patti's ad libs are so epic. You know, like you miss little, if you don't play the whole thing, it's nuggets that she's, you know, because she's tapped in again. It's like, ooh.
Well, you know, before we get to I just wanted to play one last LaBelle song that Nona was.
Do we need to have a Nona Hendryx part 2?
I guess we could, huh?
Good.
Yes.
Remember, there's no rules to this.
Right.
Okay, we can do a Nona part 2.
We can do what we want.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
Hey, y'all, we gonna do a Nona Hendryx part 2.
She was such a prolific writer. You know, why miss the LaBelle stuff? And we're you know, to use her words, we're turning people on to her. Why not? You know, that because that was the first inclination of Nona. The LaBelle, you know, us really knowing her as a writer. So we played LaBelle stuff, and then in the next show, the solo stuff.
Yeah, we can't gloss over her.
Right.
No, we can't.
Let's talk about her in the 80s and the stuff she was doing and, you know, signing the RCA and
her solo career in what was it, 77?
Yes. I mean, from the 77 up until now, I mean, the songs that she did in the past few years was like incredible too.
Right.
Like, some stuff I've been listening to, I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. So, yeah, we just can't, you know, gloss over Miss Nona because she has, her history is long and deep.
Yeah.
And then some of the stuff I would, you know, as I'm reading and listening, I'm like, wait a second, that sounds familiar. Oh my God, that's Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I'm like, and then I'm listening to something. I'm like, and they didn't give them credit on it. I know their sound. And when I saw the background singer was Lisa Keith, I'm like, that's definitely Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis because she worked with them.
Offline, I'm going to tell you something else.
And then I was listening to something else, and I'm like, "Wait a second, that's the System. That's Mick Murphy, and David Frank. I can hear that." That I was like, "Wait a second." So yeah, Nona's worked with a lot of people, you know, and wait till we do her solo career.
Worked with a lot of people and contributed just to a lot of people.
Yes. You know, we didn't even talk about like Dusty Springfield and you know, Keith Richards. You know, she worked with him and oh please.
You know, I was trying to find. I remember the singer. Oh God, he did that song "I Want You All Tonight."
Curtis Hairston.
Curtis Hairston. I think she did something with him.
She did. I was trying to find it.
A ballad or something like that.
Yep. She did. I was trying to find it. I can't find it.
Right. I was trying to find that too.
She sure did. So yeah, I mean, please. And the genres, you know, from disco to country to jazz to new age to house, you know, she touched on everything. So all right, so we're gonna play a man in a trench coat.
Okay.
Yes, and that was off of Chameleon, and it's one of the songs that Nona sings lead on, as well as she penned it. So let's check this one out.
could warm and freeze. He almost dead. I was afraid that he was crazy from some other place. But then he looked at me coolly, showed it for me. When he vanished without a dismiss my suspicions. Try to knock softly on his door. Oh, you see, but when it opened wide, I did not believe my eyes. He was a teeny, tiny spot on the floor. It was dark as midnight. Then I saw this light leading me on like a hand. Then something beside me said that it was here to guide me into another
I just like that a funky beat. And
Dun, 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 dun.
time. Yeah, I
It was
just
stirring a cauldron.
yes. and the title is very loaded too.
Oh yeah, some of the lyrics were too.
Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, now we decided that, we are going to do another episode on Nona Hendryx. Let's get some hand claps on that. But we want to start digging into her solo career before we end this episode right now. So we decided to go to her first self-titled album, Nona Hendryx. And one of the songs that's on there that, we like is Take a Chance. So unfortunately, this album didn't get a lot of play. I don't know why, because it was incredible. But we're going to listen to Take a Chance and maybe a little bit of Too Late to Run. And I know you all want to hear Transformation. So we're going to end on Transformation. Okay. That sounds good, y'all?
Sounds great.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So here we go. We're going to play a little Take a Chance.
I don't want your conversation. It could end our relation. I just need an invitation. Won't you take a chance with me?
Don't you want to dance, y'all?
You know, I'm wondering if this record probably didn't spawn much access because I think it was it produced or distributed out of Canada, CBS Canada or somewhere?
I don't know.
I don't think it was released in the US. I think it was released in Canada. Don't quote me on it, but I think.
I don't know. I didn't know.
I'm thinking 77. I'm trying to think, was the music kind of changing? But I think that might be the market, you know, of where it was released from or distributed to, rather.
Could be. And you know what I found out in my research, that she did a remake of T Connection. Did you know do what you want to do?
Yeah.
Did you know Nona did a remake?
No, I did not know that.
No, I didn't either, Troy.
Matter of fact, let me play a little clip of that.
Play that.
This is the little remake a remix of the remake. So she did it in 1982.
Okay.
But recently someone remixed it. But it's very close to the original version also. So check it out. I just want to give you a little bit of that.
That used to be my jam.
Okay.
Wow.
That got played in my house all the time.
Wow.
So yeah, Nona did a little version of that too back in 1982.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that did Bustin' Out Material, what's the name of the group? And Nona was the featured singer. Now I found their album online, and it also featured Nile Rodgers was on that album. BJ Nelson was on it. Whitney Houston was on it. 19-year-old Whitney Houston was on there.
Okay.
Sounding beautiful. Man, I'm going to play that to y'all later also.
Okay.
So, you know, they were like a bunch of studio musicians that got together and made an album. And they got their people on it. So they got Nona and BJ and Whitney and Nile Rodgers and Yogi.
What was the name of this group?
Material.
Okay.
Yeah, so they must knew some people to get them folks up on there, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but they are the ones that did the opening song, "Bustin' Out," with Nona.
Okay,
and then they also did the 1983 album. They were one of the producers on the Nona album with Transformation and Keep It Confidential, B-Boys, and Design for Living. So they were also the producers on that album. You remember B-Boys, y'all?
The two that I remember the title, but the two I remember mostly they played here was Transformation and Keep It Confidential. That's what they played off of that record down here.
I just want to play a little B-Boys because you might say, oh, shoot, I remember that now.
You know what? I do remember that.
So we're going to play a little bit of it, just a little bit.
Okay.
such a natural sex appeal. You know you're hot with what you and I'm not afraid to foot your bill. You know I'm not with what you got. You're so cold. You take such pride in your control. You know you're hot with what you got. 'Cause you've been told you got the thing I need to hold. I want a lot of what you got. So come on over. Come down from your pedestal. Why don't you look me over? There ain't no need for protocol. You see me call. Boys, we'll be boys. Boys, they like their toys. Boys, we'll be boys. Boys, they like their toys.
Mm-hmm, sure do. Y'all remember that song?
I do.
Wanda's like, I don't remember that. But that's a New York City sound to it.
That's very New York, right?
I don't think they
That's
would.
when everybody's roller skating and hanging out at the club.
But I can see that's definitely that early 80s.
Yes.
Gritty New York sound with those,
Yes.
Yeah.
The drum machine beats. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That has New York City written all on it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe that's why I know it, because they definitely played it up here. I remember the boys. We'll be boys.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to what most people would know. Like you said, keep it confidential. We're gonna play a little bit of that, which is another bad jam. Matter of fact, this album did pretty good.
It did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That, established, at least down here, established Nona as a solo artist. We really got a chance to hear her.
So we're gonna play Keep It Confidential, and then we're gonna roll out on Transformation. Cause I'm sorry, y'all. We ran out of time, so we just said, we're gonna do another episode on Nona Hendryx. If you didn't hear it earlier in this podcast. So yes, the next episode also will be on Nona, because her catalog, like we said, is so vast. And so yeah, Keep It Confidential is the next one. Check it out, y'all. I should put that on a t-shirt. Check it out, y'all. Because that's what I say before every song.
If a man can love a liar and a woman can love a thief, there's a few things, baby, you should know about me. I've always looked for power in all the lovers I knew, but now I know the glory of simply loving you. You see, I don't play the old charade. It's time to stop the masquerade. Why don't you strip me bare? Feel the truth. That's all I got to give to you. Why don't you take these secrets? But keep them confidential. Strictly confidential. Keep them confidential. Strictly confidential. Keep them strictly confidential. call you lover, but I used that name before. Living undercover, always keeping score. But there's a few things about you, baby, that's breaking the chain of lies. No one else could make me open up my eyes. You see, I won't play the old charade. It's time to stop the masquerade. Why don't you strip me bare? Feel the truth. That's all I got to give to you. Why don't you take these secrets? Oh, but keep them confidential. Strictly confidential. Keep them confidential. Strictly confidential. Keep them confidential. Strictly confidential. Keep them confidential.
Don't be telling nobody nothing. Keep it confidential, y'all.
You better not tell nobody.
Hey, shut up. Hey, Wanda girl.
Hey.
You better keep it confidential.
Yes.
So,
I know that just was reminiscing because I was in high school at the time, and that song would come on WHUR, in the evening time.
Mhm.
This took me back to, I guess, what that was, 1983, I think.
yeah, that was 83.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
So we have come to the end of this episode. And we are going to end it with transformation.
Yes.
Yes. And you know what? I think we might ask one or two of our past guests to come back for the next episode.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Mhm.
I think it's and we'll end it on the a real party. It's going to be a party with all the past guests, one or two, and we're going to end it with Nona's more. Oh, excuse me. We're going to end it with more of Nona Hendryx incredible music.
Mhm.
And and talk about maybe we could do the one that I really enjoyed in our first season with Shaka, when we had different people on, when we had that panel of people.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe we could do something like that, like a panel of fans or people in the business or watcher, whatever. That kind of vibe was good because
Mhm.
they could talk about. We all know our experiences because of the conversations we've had. That's where this show was birthed from. Just our conversations about these iconic artists and, our lives is built around the music or, whatever. But I love that exchange between other people like us who are not privy to these conversations, but it was good to dialogue with them. So I'd be interested to hear their take on, Patti, Nona, Sarah, them individually, them as Patti LaBelle, and the Bluebells, them as LaBelle, because we talked about, Shaka, her by herself, the Rufus stuff, that was just a good conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. Maybe we get Biddy. You think
That'd be great.
You think Biddy might want to
That'd
do
be
it?
great.
She's another person, a part of our cipher, and has been in this business forever. So,
Yes.
and a LaBelle fan.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That sounds like that's what we gonna do for next episode.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So check out the next episode. It's gonna be a stone gas, baby. So we gonna end this with transformation, y'all. And Wanda and Arif, thank you again.
My brothers, I thank you for this space. I feel
thank you
privileged and
both.
honored to be a part of it with you.
And
it's so funny. Even when I'm not feeling well, y'all make me feel good.
Arif, thank you.
Well, thank you. I feel the same way. I'm like this morning, I was like, oh my God, I got this podcast. What I'm going to do. So I got myself together and I just started thinking about stuff and I started playing the music and I felt better. And then I said, once I got on with Wanda and Arif, it's like, oh, it's family. We always have a good time when we're together.
Yes.
Yes. And the thing I want to say before we move on is that, like all the music, Miss Nona's music is healing.
Yes.
And that, to me, I think that's the most important thing about music, is that not only that it heals the artist, that artist is healing the world through their art form. And her music definitely does that.
And you know what? It's funny that you said, because yes, I was feeling like, and then I started, going through the catalog and playing music. And then I was like amped. I felt totally rejuvenated.
Right. Right.
Right. So yeah, it's definitely a healer. Definitely. So, and I that's what I was going to say. I just want to tell you all, and as well as the audience, that the Bass Entertainment T-shirts should be coming out within the next week. So, yeah, let's get some hand claps.
We don't get a hand clap for that?
Yeah, let's get some hand claps on that. And not
Entertainment T-shirts, hey.
And not only that, www.bassentertainment.com. Look out for that. That's going to be coming out shortly, also within the next couple of weeks.
Excellent.
Yeah, hand claps on that. Oh. So yeah, Bass Entertainment is moving, y'all. We're moving and shaking. And once again, I just want to thank my friends Wanda and Arif, or Wanda T and Arif, for being here and sitting down and doing this with me every other week.
Get into it. Oh.
Oh, you crazy.
Okay. So, yeah.
I do.
And also, I want to thank the listeners. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yes, thank you for this.
And keeping me motivated and keeping us motivated and always hitting me back with such positive feedback. So I'm honored and I'm blessed.
That's great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for continuing the conversation and the good vibes.
Yes.
Yes. So here we are, baby. We're going to roll on out of here with Nona Hendryx, Transformation from 1983. The song that you all been waiting for all evening. But don't leave us after this, because we got some more stuff coming up next week. Well, in 2 weeks. So just know that there's more Nona Hendryx coming. This is not the end. So check it out and have a good day. I was going to say good night, but it might be daytime when you're listening. Have a good day, good night, good afternoon. If you're up in the middle of the night, go to bed.
This is not the end. We're coming back again. This is the end.
Transformation, baby. Here we go.
you're sane. Oh, you make the rules, then you play the game.